Did you know that the United Nations has a branch that has been biblically mentioned? In modern days, they're known as the United Nations Observer Force, but in the Bible, they're known as the Watchers. The Watchers were known as fallen angels who were supposed to watch over humanity. They were located on Mount Hermon, which is in Israel. Guess where the United Nations Observer Force is located? You guessed it, Mount Hermon. For anyone with a brain, you immediately know that United Nations really is just also known as the New World Order. They're associated with end times. So are our global leaders working with fallen angels and demons to enact the New World Order? My answer? Heck yeah.
Do you know how many people are flat earthers, but they're in the closet? Do you know how many huge channels are flat earthers, but they won't say it? Do you know how many people with huge platforms know they lied about the globe, but they're afraid to come out and say it? When this starts to tip over, you're going to wake up one day and everyone's going to be talking about it. I don't know how exactly it's going to happen. And all I can do is everything I can to accelerate that. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen for sure. Now, you've been saying that. You guys have been saying that for so long. Really? Because I don't think I have been. I mean, yeah, I know that eventually it's going to get there. It's very close. Okay, believe it or not, flat earthers don't decrease in numbers. It is the globe that is drastically decreasing in numbers and requires immense censorship, strawmans, obfuscation, gaslighting, psychological operations, jade trig, all kinds of crazy psyops to keep you away from understanding it. You know how many people would say, I have to admit the flat earth conversation is very interesting. I don't know all about it. I haven't made my mind up yet, but I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. I have a lot to still investigate. I was not fully aware of all the details of this conversation. It isn't as simple as you think. They have lots of good points over there. Okay. Do you know how many of those people are like, they're going to be more open about it once the conversation is out everywhere? See, it's like people, it's just human nature. People are afraid to say it right now. It's about to change. It's going to change. And I've got some pretty big things planned myself that I think will actually significantly shake that up.
Planets aren't real. You heard me, and I have proof. In the Bible, God specifically only created the sun, moon, and stars. Nowhere in the Bible will you ever find mention of planets. But here's the thing about stars. They're also commonly referred to in the Bible as angels. For instance, in Revelation, it mentions 1/3 of the stars falling from heaven. In Matthew 24:29, it talks about how those stars will fall from heaven during tribulation as well. The best part is that I know exactly what kind of angels these were. These angels are referred to as Galgalim, and they're described in Ezekiel. This is a great representation of what Ezekiel saw. This is a Galgalim. Now I want you guys to really look at the structure of what a Galgalim looks like. And now I want to show you what a star looks like from a telescope. I'll show you a video. Look familiar? Now here's my leading point. I'm pretty sure that all of these planets are actually just fallen angels. And it's proven across so many different cultures. All of these gods were fallen stars. That's why when I talk about how dangerous astrology is, I couldn't be more dead serious. Nothing on earth is what it seems, but the word of God is what will always be.
What if I told you that there is really no such thing as deep space astrophotography? Before you get all upset and get your panties in a wad, let me explain. They tell us that the Andromeda Galaxy is over 2.5 million light years away from Earth. And yet, I was able to zoom in on it, take a photograph of it with this simple DSLR camera and stock zoom lens. This is just a EF 75 to 300 millimeter zoom lens. And let me tell you, 300 millimeters is nothing in terms of magnification. That is a very, very short focal length. See, the truth is, objects like the Andromeda Galaxy here are just like any other star in the sky, same distance as any other star in the sky. They're all right above us in the firmament, in the heavens. You see, we don't have to zoom way out deep into space with high-powered telescopes to take photographs like this one right here. And in fact, the lens, it wasn't even maxed out at 300 millimeters for this particular photograph. This photograph was taken at only 150 millimeters. If this particular object, Andromeda Galaxy, was really 2.5 million light years away from Earth, there's no possible way I could zoom in on it and take a picture of it using a stock Canon camera and zoom lens. In fact, to me, it's much more logical to assume that the reason I can take photographs of this object right here is because it's much, much closer than 2.5 million light years away. How close it truly is, no one knows. All we can do is look at these objects, these stars, through telescopes and cameras. We have no accurate way of measuring their distance. Everything we have been told about their distances and size is all theoretical, hypotheses, estimates, and guesswork at best. But really, they're just outrageous lies. This photograph of the Orion Nebula was also taken with this same camera, same zoom lens. It's not deep in space. It's right above us in the firmament like every other star. God bless.
I've always kind of wondered why people get so angry when we talk about flat Earth. We only believe these things because we were indoctrinated to. This is where you need to start at the source. Where did NASA stem from? I know Disney had a lot to do with it. Freemasons. The people that rule the world are definitely in support of this because without this theory, it proves God exists. The proof of God is all around us, the Creator. That is the proof that I have. And I don't care how stupid I look because I feel like believing in these things that I'm about to show you makes me look a lot more ignorant. I do not have faith in man, and I do not have faith in the people that run this country and that push propaganda and that have contributed to the indoctrination of our entire country. These people stated not too long ago that they actually destroyed the technology to go to the moon. And how convenient that Russia and China and everybody's jumping to go to outer space right now.
Go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Did you know they not only destroyed the technology, but they also destroyed the original video footage? Unfortunately, the original video footage was erased. But no worries, they restored it. We're talking about a program solely designed to find life outside Earth. Could you imagine if that kind of money was put towards feeding people, towards our veterans, towards, I don't know, securing our schools like we do our airports and our banks? Maybe life would be a little bit different if they gave this money to the people instead of searching for aliens. The same people that stated in 1963 they radioed images of outer space to the space station before plummeting down to their death. Okay. Then next we're going to ignore every time Buzz Aldrin acts a little crazy anytime space is mentioned.
Or doing what I did, I used to say, what happened? Why aren't we moving forward? Today's announcement sends a clear signal to the world that we are restoring America's proud legacy of leadership in space. At some point in the future, we're going to look back and say, how did we do it without space?
Went down and we watched you guys land on the moon.
No, you didn't.
What?
Because There wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. See, you associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy memories.
Now, this might not prove flat Earth, but it definitely proves that they shouldn't be trusted. And that's just how I feel. Sorry.
So if you do a rewind on the geological clock of Giza, you find out that the Nile ran right up next to the pyramids. Now, when you take magnetized crystal granite, which is the base, and you use running water underneath it, you create physiostatic electricity. Then the granite will pull the ions up into the pyramid, send them up the Grand Gallery. Now, the Grand Gallery has these slots on each side. They could have been resonating rods, something to step up the electricity as it went up into the King's Chamber. In the King's Chamber, here's what's interesting. There's a box in there that they try to say it's a sarcophagus. It's not a sarcophagus. I'm 6'4". I can't fit in that box. You see what a real sarcophagus is. These things are massive. Not this little tiny box. The box is the exact dimensions, though, of the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant used to sit inside of that box. It was technology. It was a capacitor. And that would then give the extra boost and send the electricity up through the apex, where there was a gold capstone. The obelisk, which are magnetized crystal granite, would capture that ambient wireless electricity and then pass it on to what they call jed pillars. They had these jeds. They're depicted in many hieroglyphs, people holding them and connecting them to light bulbs and electroplating devices in hieroglyphs, which I took everybody to go see.
Now, I'm not saying the world is flat, and I'm not saying the world is round. But can somebody please tell me, how is it possible that the Earth is just flying through the sky? And it's not that we're just flying through the sky. We're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. Come on, brother. How would you even know that? What tool would you use to measure how fast we're spinning? The way speed is measured is you must know the distance something travelled and how long it took to get there. We're still travelling and we ain't reached our destination yet. And this is another thing I don't understand. On a roundabout, kids are smiling. On a funfair ride, man feel the G-force. But the Earth spinning over 1,000 miles per hour, man are eating dinner, bruv. And it's not just the Earth spinning, it's everything. So let me see if I got this straight. You're trying to tell me that the Earth, the Moon, the Sun, the planets are spinning round each other while spinning individually, whilst flying through the sky forever. Just forever, no end. Just keep on going. Nah, that don't make no sense. But when I look at the flat Earth model, it makes more sense. We're not flying, we're floating in water.